Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Connect Africa. In our latest news that we are going to bring you today from South Africa, things seems a little bit going, faster than what we thought. Today was a parliament session in South Africa where the President Cyril Ramaphosa, was there to answer for all the questions from the parliament members. And most of the questions were revolving around his trip in America to America and his meeting with Donald Trump. Now, EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters Party, which is led by Julius Malema, one of its members is kicked out of the chamber, as they call it in South Africa, from the parliament by the parliament president. Now, I want to remind you, as I share this, I want to remind you, it was just a few days ago, during when Cyril Ramaphosa, when he met Donald Trump with all his ministers, we all remember Steenhuisen, the president or the leader of Democratic Alliance Party, the opposition party in South Africa, which is a political party for the white South Afrikaners. He said in that meeting with Donald Trump that one of the objectives of the Democratic Alliance to form a coalition or this government national unity with ANC was to kick out parties like Malema's party, like EFF. So let's watch this and we will discuss that.
Order.
The president's hand have been up. Please recognize the president of the EFF.
Honorable Tlangwini, I have not recognized you. We will now proceed with the next question. Question number 11 has been asked by the Honorable...
I said point of order and you said you recognize me.
Honorable Malema, what is your point of order? Is it a new point of order?
Why? Let me speak. Don't ask me if it's a new point of order or not.
Yes, I may ask you whether it's a new point of order. You don't have a speaking opportunity.
Allow me to speak. You are not going to do that thing of marshalling us as if you are marshalling your gardeners.
Honorable Malema, I am cautioning you.
Listen to me, I want to speak.
No, Honorable Malema, I will not listen to you if it is not a point of order or a point of privilege.
I said
you know the rules. Honorable Malema, I am...
Point of order.
Good. What is your point of order? Refer me to the rule.
The point of order is you can't say the president has got a right and a prerogative to answer the questions the way he likes. It's like he doesn't have such a prerogative. He's duty bound to answer questions to the satisfaction of the members of parliament. Because this is not just passing time session. That's where we're going to get proper, real, legitimate answers. So if honorable member says, the president has not answered my question, you cannot answer that for president. President must decide whether he has answered that question or he thinks he can do much better. You can't say he's got a prerogative he doesn't have.
Malema, if you can point me to the exact rule and wording that states that it must be to the satisfaction and liking of the member, I could consider it. But at this point, you did not. And there is no such specific recommendation in the rules or stipulation. We will now proceed. And Honorable Malema, Malema, I've now dealt with the matter.
Yeah, you must also refer me to the rule that says he's got a prerogative. Why do you want people to show the rule and you don't show
Honorable
the rule?
Malema, I have now ruled on this matter.
You are an elected person like all of us.
Honorable Malema, I'm cautioning you. You will be removed.
You can't question me, I'm removed already. What do you mean you can?
Honorable Malema, I am now going to remove you from the platform.
You've been bullying EFF here with your
please remove the Honorable Malema from
the white
platform.
Made them bullying the EFF. You think your whiteness gives you...
On a point of order, Speaker, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Pambu, I have not recognized you. We will now proceed. Honorable Pambu, I will not recognize you now. We have dealt with
the point of order. We have been raising our hands.
We will now, and Honorable Tlangwini, I'm cautioning you now. We will now remove you from the platform.
Deputy Speaker, order.
No. What is your
Can
point.
you please
Honourable
bring
member.
back the president? Why are you removing the president? He was still on the podium. Please.
I have removed him
Bring back the
because
president.
I've...
So we all have watched. You make a note. Now, Julius Malema has been removed. He's participating online, so he is removed now. I mean, this is ironically hilarious. Okay.
I've cautioned him.
What you are
and
doing is wrong. This is not your house.
Please remove
Please.
that member on the
You can't
Honourable
just do as you
Shikawa.
please.
Honourable members, we can continue and you will all be removed.
Wow.
Honourable Mente, what is your point of order?
Oh my God.
Speaker, you have started again with your unfairness. We took this matter of you, and it was particularly you that said a minister here has a prerogative, and we took that matter to the rules. We deliberated on it for the whole night. We left here early hours of the morning talking about that, and we said it must never happen again. It's still happening, and you are saying people have got prerogative. There is no such a thing. We took it to the Rules Committee. I'm a member of Rules. We deliberated on that, and we said it must not. Members of the executive, including the president, they must account, they must answer questions as they are asked. Because the next thing the president can stand up and say, I don't want to answer. And you're going to say, he has answered, he doesn't want to.
No.
If the member says a specific matter has not been dealt with, that specific matter must be dealt with to the satisfaction of the member, because we represent the people here.
Thank you,
We
Honourable
don't
Mente.
represent
You have made your
ourselves.
point. Honourable Skosana.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.
On a
Deputy
point of order,
Honourable
Deputy Speaker,
Flangweni, there is someone on the floor.
I've been raising a point of order even before
Honourable
him, and you
Flangweni, I have not
recognized him
recognised
before
you.
me.
Honourable Skosana, please proceed.
Yeah,
Go through all of you because
Can
you
you
are now
recognise
in
me, please?
contempt.
Deputy Speaker, I'm raising on a point of
Speaker.
privilege, please.
Deputy Speaker, can you recognize me,
Honourable
please?
members, you will now be removed from the platform. You are now impeding in the work
Deputy
and the
Speaker,
rights
can
of
you
all the other
recognize me,
members.
please?
No, I'm not recognizing you. I have indicated that we will now proceed and you are now
But
in
it is wrong
contempt.
what you're doing, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable members,
Issues
you can
have been
take that
raised
to
here.
the Rules
You
Committee.
had people that are not known in the
Honourable
House.
members, table, please remove all the men.
Deputy Speaker, how do you
Okay, a second member of EFF is now removed from, from this Parliament meeting. Or like, was the first one is Julius Malema, second another lady. Let's see.
remove the chief from the EFF? They're removing the chief.
You are not going to do
They're
that.
removing the chief from the EFF and trying to assist you, Deputy
You
Speaker.
are not
Yeah,
going to
please,
do that.
Deputy Speaker, we're trying to assist you. Let us assist
We
you.
will now
I'm not
remove
going to
you.
put privilege.
Honourable
Oh my God, chaos. It's literally chaos.
Chungu, we will now remove you from the platform.
They're removing
No,
me
you
for
can't
Deputy
remove
Speaker.
me.
I tell you what,
Remove all of them.
this is not your house. I'm raising on the point of privilege, Deputy Speaker. It's not a point of order. I'm raising the point of privilege, please.
we're not going to allow you to turn this house into a dictatorship.
Honourable
Deputy
Lekapi,
Speaker.
will
We're
now
not
be
going to allow
removed
you
from
to
the
turn this
platform.
house into a
Deputy
dictatorship.
Speaker. No.
It's very wrong what you're doing, Speaker.
Honourable Mente, I am not
It's
now
wrong
taking
what you're
any
doing,
further order.
Speaker.
Please remove those
We're
members.
calling order on you.
You're removing me
Order
for
on
what? You're
you,
raising
Speaker. Order on you.
Please not me.
It's very
You
wrong
can't
what you're
remove
doing.
also the whip of the EFF. You've
That's why
just
EFF
removed
is losing
Honourable
support.
will now be
Members of the
removed from
EFF
the
is
And you
losing
are trying to-
support because of your chaotic
up, you.
behavior.
Shut up, nonsense. You shut up.
We're not Dagmo. You think we're in a
members,
why are you losing
support when ANC?
Deputy Speaker.
Honourable members of the EFF.
This is how they behave.
Honourable
You're abusing your power, Speaker.
Honourable Letsie,
You're abusing your powers,
Honourable
Speaker.
Montreal.
We're calling order on you. You're abusing your powers.
Honourable
You're
member,
targeting members
Honourable
of the
member.
EFF. You're targeting members of the EFF here. It's very wrong what you're doing, Speaker. We're not going to allow you. We're not going to allow you to do that. It's not a dictatorship here. It's not a dictatorship.
That's why the EFF is losing support.
Who are they protecting?
Shut up, you.
EFF is losing support because of
Honourable
your behavior.
members, we will now proceed.
Speaker, you said you're going to get back to
Honourable
us.
Niaus, I have said that I will not take any further points of order.
Deputy Speaker, what rules are you going?
69.
You can't tell us what
You are not going to make up your own rules here.
Those
You can't
protectors
tell us
must
what to
go.
make
allow you to make your own rules here.
Honorable
Yeah, there.
Mokhape, you
We are
will
not
now
going
be
to allow
removed.
you to make up your own rules.
Those protectors must go.
Honorable member.
We are not in a military state here. This is not a military.
Honorable member.
Van orders.
Indeed, it is not.
Speaker.
So please stop behaving as if it is like that. Honorable member, please leave the chamber.
Order, Speaker.
No more. You are abusing your powers.
Speaker.
I've been raising my hand
for the past 10 minutes.
We
For the past 10 minutes, I've been raising my
You are
hand.
abusing your
Can I be
power.
recognized, please?
Honorable Mokhape, please leave the chamber.
I'm not going.
Sergeant at Arms, please assist the Honorable Mahlet to leave the chamber.
Speaker.
Punt van order, Speaker.
Please.
Speaker, you said you are going to get back to us in terms of who are these people protecting. You are the one who said that.
Honorable
You have
member.
not done so.
Honorable member, at what point did I have time to do that with you taking points of order every time?
Please find out. We want to know
Honourable
who are they
member.
protecting.
But would you then allow me the time to do that? Well, thank you very much.
How
Why
long?
would you
After how
protect
long?
a toothless dog? Why would you do that?
Whilst I'm waiting for that reply, we will proceed. And please, Honourable Sergeant or Sergeant at Off, please remove the Honourable Mahlet. Thank you. We will now go to Honourable Chairman. No, I'm not taking any further points of order. You are now in contempt.
Deputy Speaker, can I speak?
Honourable Motwedi, you were supposed to be removed from the platform.
For what now?
Because I said no further points of order. Honourable Pambu, I have ruled no further points of order.
This is Honorable Tambo. House
Tambu,
Chairperson.
yes, sorry, my
Yes.
apologies. Pambu was on the platform. Yes, Honourable.
Yes,
Member.
thank you very much. I think we must register our displeasure, number one, on the presence of security personnel here, which you said you'll get back to us about, and you are not doing so. You are removing members one by one. That's the first point. They are not democratically elected to be here. And if the president feels unsafe with his own colleagues, why is he sitting on that podium? Why doesn't he address us virtually? Because we were elected with him in the 2024 elections. He's bringing protectors here to protect him from whom? It's grossly disorderly. It's not representative of a democracy that is peaceful, that has political tolerance. That reflects him fearing us as political parties. So why is he continuing to do that? Those protectors must leave the house. And the second thing, Speaker, your conduct today reminds us of Baleke Mbete, reminds us of the one who's in court now, Nosviwe Mapisa Ngakula. And speakers who have conducted themselves the way you've conducted themselves have been remembered badly by history. You are protecting misconduct. You're protecting irregular things in this parliament by having securities here sitting with us. Ask them to leave, or ask the president, who's their principal, to ask them to leave. We are not feeling safe or comfortable having people here who are not elected here. Ask them to leave, and we can proceed peacefully with the proceedings of this house.
Honourable member, thank you. Honourable members.
Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Honourable
Deputy
members.
Speaker, on a point of order.
Honourable member, I am on the floor. And you have now referred to the matter, Honourable Tambu, that at this point, that you now see the presiding officer as the same as other presiding officers. The fact of the matter is, Honourable member, that this is about two-way respect. Whether you respect yourself, the House, the other members. You cannot not respect the House and expect of the presiding officer to ignore it. We have rules. So it is a two-way relationship. I have said earlier that I would, Honourable Makaula, you are now doing exactly what I'm talking about. I can't hear what you say because you're shouting. Honourable members, I am on the floor.
Sorry,
I
Chair.
have said,
Get respect. Uyasithuka lo usamagwala.
honorable member,
Ngicela ukhulume naye.
I will deal with that matter now. I have, Honorable Chair,
Nathi sizoza-ke nabantu
Honorable
abazosigada la.
Honorable Nkola, I have said right when the matter was raised by the Honorable Paulson that I will inquire who the two gentlemen are. I have received a reply that that is indeed part of the gallery, although not clearly demarcated. Then there was, Honorable Paulson, then there was another question on whose protectors those are, which I will find out, but you do not give me the opportunity to do so, because you have points of order upon points of order to the fact, or to the point that you have now disrupted the House and we have 35 minutes left for 2 questions. So my apologies to the rest of the members who have submitted and prepared their questions, but we will not go beyond 5 o'clock, which is stated in the rules. Honourable Member, what is your point?
Deputy Speaker, the problem is that you keep going back on your undertaking not to entertain any further frivolous points of order. And
But why are you speaking? Why are you speaking? Are you not undermining the speaker's ruling yourself?
Honourable Member, Honourable Tambo, I did not recognise you, and please switch off your
He's
microphone.
complaining about.
I was being falsely accused of not answering the question. He's not being given that opportunity. I ask that you stick to your
Why
rule
are you
as per
allowing
Rule
it?
69?
Why
as
are you
referenced by
allowing-
Honorable Zakude.
Honourable Member, I have ruled on that. I have, Honourable Members, I did not refer to those points of order. Honourable Makula.
I think, for me, I think this whole thing seems quite a setup because she is the deputy speaker in the parliament. I'm going to tell you about who she is because it's important to look at that. But it seems all a setup, on the day that Ramaphosa has to answer for his, controversial meeting with Donald Trump, embarrassing the whole Black South Africans. This has to happen, and the necessary questions, remain being unasked, and him not addressing them, and also exposing EFF and removing them, embarrassing, disrespecting them. It cannot have, this cannot be a coincidence just after what we have seen in US, in that Oval Office, Ramaphosa versus Donald Trump, while they just throw, to use the word that I have just read here in the chat section, they have thrown Ramaphosa, Malema and his party just under the bus. And she is what she's confirming with her acts.
This is now enough. I did not refer to frivolous points of order. It was a matter that members were raising points of order based already on a ruling that I have made, which is against the rules. So that was my point, because it was going over and over on the same matter. Honourable Chairman, I'm not going to recognise you now. I am on the floor. We will now proceed. Honourable Kaula.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, I've been waiting for you to recognise me.
Honourable Member, I cannot see who you are.
Ngicela unrecognize Deputy Speaker. Andingo Honourable Chair, ngicela unrecognize. Ngicela ubuza into yokubana kutheni ukhupha ii-members ze-EFF phayana kwi-virtual platform bonke nabangathethanga abaphakamise izandla zabo abafuna uthetha wena uba recognize phayana. And kudala sikunike ixesha elininzi maybe iphelile i-hour apha sibuze uba ngobani abayana. For wena into yokokubana uthi akhange sikunike ixesha elaneleyo lokuba ukhangele into yokokubana ngobani abayana ayonyani leyo. So ke ngoku ndicela into yokokubana usixelele i-hour iphelile wena ukhangelana nabantu thina masihlale i-hour apha eParliament sihlale nabantu esingayaziyo uba ngobani kuba wena okokoko i-hour le uyabaza aba bantu ngobani na and uthi asizithathi ka-serious.
You are now making a speech. I have removed those members on the honourable member. Honourable member, you are now making a speech. Honorable member. Honorable Beyecha, I'm now cautioning you. Honorable Beyecha, I'm cautioning you, please leave the chamber. Honorable Beyecha, please leave the chamber. Honorable member, please leave the chamber. Honorable member,
Deputy Speaker, I'm still
Sergeant at
waiting for you
Arms,
to
please
recognize me.
remove the member, assist the member to leave the
The
chamber.
fourth one, I think.
Deputy
Honorable
Speaker, I'm
members,
still
you
waiting for you
are
to recognize
indeed
me.
now, my apologies on the platform, but your own members are now interrupting you. Honorable Beyecha. I am not taking any points of order now because you are now going over the same matter. And no, honorable member, I have now ruled, honorable Mente, I have now ruled, we will not proceed on this matter. I will get information whether those protectors are the presidents or the deputy presidents.
Yeah, you have seen, what happened there in the Parliament of South Africa. Now, let me just remind you what Steenhuisen, the DA party leader, have said in the meeting with Donald Trump. It shows you exactly that being implemented, immediately. Let's listen to him, okay? I'm going to share that video with you because it's really important. I mean, most of the time we Africans, one of the things that we don't do proper, we have short memory. We don't refer to history, let alone history, even things that happened, just a while ago. Yeah. Now, when DA, Democratic Alliance Party, joined the GNU, the Government National Unity, the new coalition party that's created after the last election, because ANC has lost the majority. ANC is a party of, the party that liberated definitely South Africa. And because for the first time since 1994, they have lost their majority. So instead of creating a coalition also with the rest of them, other black political parties, I'm not saying why the whites have joined, but they joined with this ones. So look, and when DA made it to the GNU, the Government National Union, then they have required specific positions in the government. And Steenhuisen himself is now Minister of Agriculture. They have Minister of Education, now also as to be a speaker. Anyway, if they are not really the top of that ministerial institute, then they are at least a deputy or something. So they have people everywhere. Yeah. Watch now.
Getting welcoming us to the White House. I would say we have a rural safety problem in South Africa. I don't think anyone wants to candy coat that. And it requires a lot of effort to get on top of it. It's going to require more policing resources. It's going to require different strategy to be able to deal with it. But certainly the majority of South Africa's commercial and smallholder farmers really do want to stay in South Africa and make it work. And I've just come from the largest agricultural show in the Southern Hemisphere with organized agriculture and farmers, and the majority of them want to stay. But they too, they have a memorial to those who've died as a result of farm attacks. And as the Minister of Agriculture, it is something that I'm particularly exercised with my colleagues at police and my colleagues in the justice cluster to start making farm attacks and stock theft a priority crime. And it affects all farmers in South Africa, particularly stock theft. It has a disproportionate effect on smallholder black farmers. I also want to just say this, that the two individuals that are in that video that you've seen are both...
Just to let you know, now Steenhuisen is speaking after Donald Trump makes that thing that drama, he said turn the light off, and he put Malema's video, and where Malema and his party were singing, saying kill the farmer, kill the boar, and that has been, which is a liberating song. It's a song that they have inherited anyway. That song have just been played and everybody have seen it. So now Steenhuisen is speaking right after that. What he's saying, those two people who are watching there, so he's referring to Malema.
Leaders of opposition minority parties in South Africa. Mkhonto was seized under Mr. Zuma, and the economic freedom fighters under Mr. Malema. Now, the reason that my party, the Democratic Alliance, which has been an opposition party for over 30 years, chose to join hands with Mr. Ramaphosa's party was precisely to keep those people out of power. We cannot have those people sitting in the union buildings making decisions. And that is why after 30 years of us exchanging barbs across the floor in Parliament and trying to get one over on each other, we've decided to join hands precisely to keep that.
The only one who is smiling when he said, after he just said that the main reason that we have joined in the government national unity is to kick out of those people out of the parliament. That's what he said, word by word. I'm not adding, I'm not taking out anything. I'm literally saying what he said. Yeah, these are watching just furiously, and he's the one who just smiled, Ramaphosa.
Of government, because the day they get in to the doors of the union buildings in South Africa or control of our parliament, that's what you're going to see. And that is why this government, working together, needs the support of our allies around the world so that we can strengthen our hand, grow our economy, and shut the door forever on that rabble getting through the doors of the union buildings.
What? But why? I mean, even for him to get the audacity of saying that, shut the door to that rebel forever from stepping in the parliament, from getting in the. I mean, who are you to say so? This man has his supporters. He is a legal member of parliament, a registered also license, like how do I say license? But registered political party in South Africa. Operate if he's out of illegal or whatever, the South African government will take care of him. Why are you speaking in such a manner like that here in front of the world or something? I mean, first of all, you have no right, but look at him, the audacity and the extent that he is going. And I think right after they get into a work and they are trying to remove EFF, and I told you, let's just finish. I mean, this is really, I mean, it doesn't need any rocket science thinking. I just feel what is coming. Yeah. So basically, he said what he wanted to say. And so the main reason we are there is, he said, meaning in the parliament and creating this coalition party is for us to get rid of those rebels. Like, who is rebel? I mean, even you, like DA party leader, you are not called a leader, who used to be an oppressor, who used to be, leading apartheid. I mean, now, so this happened last week during the meeting, Ramaphosa and Donald Trump, and now in the parliament, exactly, although EFF is not maybe totally with a paper written and signed, told, okay, from now on you are not a member, which they don't have the mandate to say so, but at least they removed them from, this is not the first time, this kind of interaction happening in the parliament, in South Africa's parliament. This is not the first time. Maybe even more wars have had happen. But why so now? Are you implementing what you told us in that Oval Office? Meaning that DA party telling us our objective to be part of the government national union is to remove those people, not to step in the parliament which is entitled the parliament that where they are voted for, they have their vote, Yeah, so that is where I think sooner or later, maybe there might be amendment in the constitution. They will do everything to, to for Malema not to run, not to function properly the way he was functioning. I mean, I said it yesterday. Do not be surprised if there is, an accusation or a suing Julius Malema and dragging him to the ICC of The Hague, saying that he is leading a white genocide in South Africa. Do not be surprised. These people are preparing the ground. They're telling you they know exactly what they are pushing to the media. They know exactly what they are doing. So for Deputy Speaker, by the way, Annie what's her full name? That president, her name is Dr. Ayele Lotriet. She's the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of South Africa, and she's a member of DA Party, Democratic Alliance, which is led by Steenhuisen, the one who just spoke now in that Oval Office. So before that, even DA became part of the government union coalition. She was, in the parliament, I don't know, for about 30 years, she said. Oh, thank you, Anton Dalema. Exactly. The International Criminal Court it's exactly International Colonial Court. Thank you very much for that phrase. I'm going to be using it from now on. So do not be surprised. And in fact, maybe even from before dragging him to ICC, perhaps what they're going to do is, to write, to minimize his just to limit him the way he functions, and little by little perhaps also maybe to ban him. These things will happen and create more chaos, and you know how he is. Just they will set up the trap, for him to fall in it, and then drag him to somewhere else that they will make him totally not functional. But the sad thing is, you know what I would have loved to see, even if MK party of the Jacob Zuma, the former president of South Africa, is now, it is an opposition party, but also with EFF, because MK party has taken people literally who were EFF member now they hired them to be MK party, and then also they also took literally a vote from EFF, and they're not in good terms. But I would have seen in such situation, I would have loved to see in such situation for them to hold hand in hand and work together. When you have the bigger enemy to deal with, then you work together, you can be powerful, and then deal with yourselves later on, that's what I would have loved to see, but sadly that wasn't the case. By the way, let me just continue. There's also another removal of the EFF members. I don't know in this video if it is played, but yeah, maybe it's the same one. You see also Ramaphosa addressing it. Let me just play this. You might, since you are here, and maybe it's better to watch it together. It's another part of the session in Parliament today.
Parliamentary question will be asked by the Honourable Matwe.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. President, what you just said now is not different from what you've been saying over the years. The reality is that your own government has not grown this economy by more than 2%. We're talking today, your own government revised the economic growth that they put last month from 1.8 to 1.4. So there is no economic growth that is going to happen in the medium term. You have not been able, President, to reduce the high levels of unemployment. You have not been able, President, to shield the poor from the high cost of living. We've seen the Minister of Finance now attempting to increase the fuel levy, which will deepen the crisis of our country. So we saw you taking a trip to the US last week. And we're asking ourselves, what strategic economic interventions are you trying to lock in? Because you were saying you went there to mend relations. How is your trip going to assist us?
Thank you, Honourable Member. Your time has expired.
President, you dismally failed, Deputy Speaker, to finish, to protect the constitutional ruling that
Honourable
said
Member,
that
your
kill the
time
board,
has
the farmer
expired.
chant is not
Honourable Maotwe, your
that
time has
constitute to hate
expired.
speech and does not incite
Honourable Maotwe,
violence. So
Honourable
basically-
Maotwe, I'm now cautioning you. You are
I'm
going
finishing.
beyond your time and you are not
That's fine.
acting. Honourable Maotwe, Honourable Maotwe,
You have to protect me.
Honourable members, please give me the opportunity. Honourable Maotwe, you are now 40 seconds over your time.
Deputy Speaker, I was disrupted by these people.
No, Honourable Member, there
President,
was
you failed
no
to protect the
interruption. Honourable Maotwe, will you please
Unlike President
sit down? Honourable Maotwe, I am now cautioning you. Honourable Maotwe, will you please leave the chamber? Honourable Maotwe, I have been cautioning you a number of times. Now I'm asking you because you are ignoring and disrespecting the chair. Honourable Maotwe, I have asked you to please leave the chamber.
Wow.
Chairperson,
Yes,
you
she
only
must
consider
kindly leave,
once.
Speaker.
How many
Leave the
cautions must you give a member before you eject them from the house?
Which I have.
You cautioned her once. You
No,
said
I
I've
did
cautioned
not.
you.
I said
Then she
caution
sat down.
times. No, after 46 seconds. Honourable Maotwe, please leave the chamber. That is my instruction. If you do not want to, Sergeant at Arms, could you please assist? Honourable Maotwe.
Deputy Speaker, is it because he was touching you on the Americans? You can't do that.
Honourable Sergeant at Arms.
No, Deputy Speaker, that's not how we operate.
That's not the teaching.
No, that's not how we operate. You want the member. You only just told her that she has spoken over 40 seconds. And after that, she must leave the house. That's not how we work.
That's how you work in the EFF, not in Parliament.
For the time, and did not stop them.
Honourable Mente, I am also cautioning you. That is now the second one. Honourable Mente and the Sergeant at Arms. I am now calling the Sergeant at Arms.
Doesn't change the fact, Deputy Speaker, you can remove us from this
You need
house.
to follow the rules of Parliament when a speaker.
Which says still the block to the farmer is a crime and therefore doesn't constitute to a hate speech. That's why you are sitting on that chair.
You are trying very hard to impress Julius on our time. Stop it and go out.
I fuck off when
not in an auction of impressing Julius Malema, man. Can you go out? You don't have time.
you are scared of white people.
Honourable Speaker.
We are worshipping white people here.
Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Now the second one.
You are scared of white people when a speaker. You are scared of white people.
Honourable Deputy Speaker.
I'm not recognizing anyone now. You may not, in terms of the rules, intervene at any point
But
whilst a
Deputy
member
Speaker, our
is
hands are
asking
up here. Can you recognize us as well?
I have just ruled, Honourable Mkalipi, you should know the rules, that whilst someone is being removed, that you may not interrupt the process, because then you are also in breach of the rules. So I am cautioning you, Honourable Mkalipi.
You want all members of the EFF out of that
Honourable
house because you are
Mkalipi, I am cautioning you now for the...
Exactly what Steenhausen wanted to do. You want all members of EFF members to leave.
Second time.
Deputy Speaker.
But Deputy Speaker, why are you saying you are
Honourable
cautioning me
Mkalipi,
while
that
I'm
is now the
quiet?
third time that I'm cautioning you.
But I'm
Okay,
quiet.
please
Why are you
remove
calling my name while I'm
Honourable
quiet?
Mkalipi from the
Hey,
platform.
keep quiet. You are not quiet when I'm keep quiet.
Hey,
Honourable
Kuwena,
Piri.
shut up, Wena, Piri, shut up.
You are scared of white people,
Honourable
Deputy
members, we will now
Speaker.
proceed. Honourable
You are scared of white
Honourable
people.
Deputy Speaker, can I rise on a
Very
point of
scared.
order?
Honourable members, I'm now cautioning you on the platform. You have not been recognized. And we will now proceed. Honorable Mkaula, order. Honorable Mente, what is your point of order?
The point of order is on you, Speaker, and your unfairness. Honorable Piri there on the platform he has been speaking. You have never cautioned him. You have never thrown him out.
Honorable
Yet
Mente,
Mkhaliphi, you have thrown her out. For what good reason?
Honorable Mente, focus.
No, you are unfair. You are unfair. I'm very focused. You are
Honorable
unfair.
Mente, I am now cautioning you
She's
for
only
the third time.
concentrating on EFF members.
Honorable member
You're only
of the
concentrating
MK.
on EFF member.
Honorable member. Honorable member, I have made a ruling and you do know what you have to do. Once a ruling has been made, you can go to the speaker and then to the rules committee. Honorable President, please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I just have a point of order.
Thank you,
You
Honorable.
can't have a point of order.
Deputy
The ruling
Speaker.
has been made. The ruling has been made.
Honorable members on the platform.
That
Mr.
the ruling
Speaker.
has been made. The ruling has been made.
Honorable members on the platform. Order.
May you grant me, Honorable.
Honorable Tutetse, I'm going to remove you from the platform now. Please remove the member from the platform. Honorable Mente, I have now cautioned you a number of times. I am going to next time now ask you to leave the chamber. The same honorable member of the MK. Honorable member of the MK, do you know the rules that if a ruling has been made on the same matter, you cannot raise another point of order? So is this a new point of order? Honorable member, then you go to the rules committee with your complaint. And please do, honorable member, order. We will now proceed, Honorable President.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I've now forgotten what the question was. But well, there was a question. I guess I need to respond to it. I think the honorable member's question was, what is it that we sought to achieve by going to the United States? And I think that does require an answer. We were very...
Order, honorable members, Honorable Mkaula. Honorable member, I'm not recognizing you now. Honorable President, please proceed.
Thank you. The issue of relations between South Africa and the United States was an issue that occupied many people's minds in our country, and many had raised concerns about the deteriorating relationship between our two countries, having recognized the important role that both our countries play in each other's economy, apart from the various political relations, diplomatic relations. And we realized that the impact on our country's economy would be adverse unless we were able to repair or reset the relationship between our two countries. And to this end, in a telephone conversation with President Trump, when we were discussing other global matters such as Russia and Ukraine, we agreed that we should meet. And it was to this end that we traveled to the United States with a delegation that all of you would have seen as it was broadly televised. We really had three objectives. The first was to reset the relationship between two trading partners, partners that have had dealings over many years and where we invest in each other's economies. The United States has some 601 companies that are invested in South Africa. And we similarly have a number of companies that have invested in the United States. A number of our jobs, some of the sectors that would be affected would be agriculture, the auto sector, and the steel and aluminum sector, and a number of other sectors that make machines, and the mining sector, where we sell critical minerals to the United States, would be adversely affected if the relations were not straightened out. So it was to this end that we were motivated to reset that relationship. The second objective was to set up a process of engagement between the United States and South Africa. There had hitherto been a process of disengaging, where we were no longer really engaging at a government level to deal with issues that governments normally deal with on an ongoing basis. And we wanted to engage on tariffs, on investments, and related matters. And the third objective was to discuss the G20 and to highlight the important role that a country like the United States, which is the largest economy in the world, plays in the activities of the G20, which we are so deeply immersed in and having the responsibility of leading. And that it's important for the United States to engage with the G20 process and ultimately to entice the leader of the United States to come to the Leaders' Summit at the end of the year. So broadly, those were our objectives. And there could be a fourth one, which would be just the promotion of investment by American companies and South African companies in each other's economies. So we do believe that we achieved those objectives. The engagement with the American government has started. Soon after we left Washington, the engagement has now commenced, and there are discussions that are happening in relation to tariffs, in relation to investments, and we believe that we have reset the relationship despite what we could have seen on television. We were able to have a much more meaningful discussion and meeting with President Trump and his representatives during the quiet room where we had lunch together and had meaningful exchanges on a number of issues. And we do believe that the engagement will continue through the G20 process. So that was the main objective of the visit. And we do believe that the United States continuing to play such a big role in the life of our economy, it was necessary and important for us to go and engage with them, because many of our people's jobs are dependent on our economic dealings with the United States. Thank you, Honorable.
It's true that America is a big investor in South Africa's economy, but it's not, I mean, the benefit is two ways. You don't have to bootlick and do it in a way that embarrasses the people of the Black people of South Africa. That is, that is the question that what many of us, or including your own people, are having right now. And I mean, forget, there are other also investors. Why not the economy? The business is there already. As you said, 601 American investors or companies are in South Africa operating right now. But why not looking for also for alternative like China, like India and others who are emerging, both emerging and who have emerged already. So to those kind of, countries, why not diversify your economy? So it's all comes to one thing. What we have seen is right after you have arrived, Mr. President Ramaphosa, in South Africa, the talk of Starlink of Elon Musk has started already, and allegedly he is given without any bidding protocols that the country has put. So there might be some kind of surpassing of rules and regulations in the country, and that is the main thing that you were there. I mean, Starlink was being refused to operate in South Africa. He asked, Elon Musk asked first, and in fact, many African countries have rejected it, but there are some also who have taken it. Now, so South Africa is now, who have proudly or whatever, for whatever reason, rejected, now went there begging, and now just to bring, just like you refused him. I think he's a winner. I mean, for me, Elon Musk is a winner from all this USA trip, whatever, whatever you say. He's the one. He's going to benefit, and Ramaphosa achieving. I don't think you have achieved what what you are looking for, and that's it. But again, yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in, all of you. Let me just read some chat here, some comments, maybe questions. Critical Thinker says Ramaphosa is leaking his back down. Exactly, I just say boot leaking. Yeah, that's how I felt, really. Anton said those investments will become contracts enforced under threats from the empire. Exactly, just like what West Africa's the previous colonies of France are facing. Yeah, to Bob, that's what he's doing. South Africa is about to learn the hard way, says child of God. Yeah, it looks like they have learned it from apartheid, and what's going to unfold is really, really ugly. So we have seen the removal of all those EFF members there. Let us know in the comment section, do you think that EFF would have dealt or behaved somehow differently in the parliament, or do you think they are right? I mean, do you think the deputy speaker has handled the matter rightly and respectively, or you think she has abused her power? Number 3, do you think this is somehow the result of what Steenhuisen said, that that the DA party joined the Government National Union to chase out or to kick out those political parties such as EFF, led by Parliment? Do you think what we have just seen a couple of days after that, today in South Africa's parliament, is a result of that? Let us know in the comment section. This will help us to take the discussion further. So you can please support us, share the video with others, support us through our PayPal account and buy me a coffee link. I am receiving, by the way, not one, not two, but quite a few are asking me PayPal. I have to make it easy, like the donation part. What is when it comes to this is really I am naive with this kind of thing. So tell me which system is better, for you to donate whatever you have, because I have received those comments, quite a few times. So I want to make it better and easier for you. So let me know in the comment section what is better for you. But also I want to remind you, there's also super chat and super sticker as well. At least, okay, the last comment I am reading, at least African population got see how insulting the West views Africa and Africans. Yeah, but do we understand? I don't think we are going to do. I think we are like doomed sometimes. I don't know, Yeah, it just seems we don't get it, sad. Anyway, I will see you on the next one tonight. Again, we have our news analysis here at Connect Africa. Until then, it's bye-bye from me.